Shalom, shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, that you have message, rule, and teach well in the scripture, and salutations to my Hakim that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Today's lesson is going to be more about the title is Like Baal and a Dragon. And so as we know, Baal and the dragon was an idol back during the time of the Babylonians going down and the Persians rising. Okay, so I'll try to make this short and sweet, but as we go into Baal and the Dragon, chapter 9 and 10, and it reads, "But if ye can certify me that Baal devoureth them, then Daniel shall die, for he hath spoken blasphemy against Baal. And Daniel said unto the king, Let it be according to thy word." Verse 10, "Now the priests of Baal were 70, besides their wives and children, and the king went to Daniel into the temple of Baal. So Baal's priest said, Lo, we go out, but thou, O king, set the meat and make ready the wine, and shut the door fast, and scale it with thine own signet. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Baal hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel that speaketh falsely against us." And so basically it was a bet between whether or not the idol of Baal was real. And the king has his men, and so the heathens worship Baal, basically. And nevertheless, Daniel explained to the king that his God was basically no God, and the idol and the food that was eaten up by men. So this is what we have to go with. And it's exactly what 2/3 of the nation of Israel is doing. They hold idols very dear and near to them. They idolize themselves. Okay. That's a form of idolatry and a sin. Also, the love of money is also a sin. Adultery, the list goes on and on. But one thing for certain, the heathens don't have consequences and repercussions for serving such idols and being in sin. They are not part of the covenant of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This covenant lets us know who we are by the amount of chastisement from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay. Also in the scriptures, it shows that it states to be perfect just as your Father in heaven is perfect. And so I can get that. Give me one moment. Okay, let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. One moment. Okay, Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. So, this is an extraordinary task because we live in sin. And so anybody can tell you we're bombarded by the world with sin. Okay, and that is not just we struggle against the flesh as well, but there are outside sources as well. Okay, and this is a spiritual warfare. So just like Baal and the dragon, we are not to follow after the gods of the heathen, because whatever power that it seems like they have, for the major part, is an illusion. The Lord will do what he has to do to take care of his people. Okay, it basically takes a good amount of faith to understand and know that we won't be in the predicament that we in for much longer. Okay, we strive for the kingdom of heaven. And so the kingdom of heaven is a kingdom that is on earth. This kingdom is where the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, of the Most High, of our big brother Yahweh Shai, will be in full effect. Okay? In the kingdom of heaven, there will be no strife with brother against brother. And when I say brother against brother, I'm talking about all the tribes. Okay? All the Negroid, Latino, and Native American tribes. Okay? Even the confusion of face. So, this is basically a cry out to the Lord that we want the kingdom of heaven. And we do what has to be done, okay, by hell or high water. And since we strive for the perfection of the kingdom of heaven, this is this is where the battle begins. All right? We're warring against the flesh, against our own flesh. We also war against principalities and high places. And since that scripture has come to mind, let's pull it up. Let's go to me one moment. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. And it reads, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And it goes into 13. "Therefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." So, with that being said, this fight, this fight is because we failed to make the mark as servants of the Most High. We have fell into sin, which is fallen from grace with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We will be victorious in the end, but it starts with an amount of faith that, and the tests, the trials and tribulations that are set upon us. The Most High wants very badly for his law to be established and his people to be in a position of power. We, as a people, will not be in a position of power until everything is fulfilled. Because these are words that came out the mouth of the Most High. So we just have to play our part and do the best that we can with what we have and what we were given. And so all the brothers have different gifts. Okay. And I believe mine is war. Warfare against the rulers in high places, which starts with Satan himself, then Esau, Edom, the 2/3, the heathen, all are wicked, and they don't want the kingdom of heaven. They do not like order. Okay? There's nothing better than the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that was written for the governing of our people. We're not going to get to the kingdom of heaven with the law alone. No. But the law is still in effect. And so we show our faith by appeasing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua through his law. Okay? Through sacrificing communication. The Lord is not to be played with. And even though that he's showing mercy on our people now, that mercy is going to run very thin for the 2/3. And he's new and trying times that we'll be entering into. Judgment. And people don't understand that the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua extends beyond the stars. Okay? And as well as his mercy, but we're coming into a time where the mercy for the 2/3 is going to wear very thin. And once the word is out, then the judgment can happen. And so I'm going to end it here and giving all praises to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem HaKadosh. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And until next time, Shalom.